Hey guys, how we doing and how we feeling today? Okay, so on this episode we're gonna take a look and review Ellie Goulding's fifth studio album titled Higher Than Heaven. Now, Ellie Goulding needs no introduction whatsoever, so let's just get right into it. So, prior to the album release, we had three singles: Easy Lover featuring Big Sean, Let It Die, and Like a Savior. Now, before we begin, I'm just gonna state this that we're reviewing the standard edition of the album. So we're not gonna take a look at the deluxe tracks. So let's begin. Now, the first track, Midnight Dreams, the first of my highlights on the album, Ellie kicks the album off on the right foot. And according to her, the song is about the dream of love and fire and passion and infatuation. It's about that all encompassing feeling when love takes over you and you're living in this dream world. Now, track number 2, Cure for Love. Ellie talks about a past relationship and how it haunts her to this day. But nevertheless, she won't let it give her trouble forever and won't make the same mistakes again. She knows she will move on from it and eventually move past it and thus be in a better place. Track number 3, By the End of the Night, another one of my highlights. Ellie tells a significant other she wants to be with them and go on a night adventure, describing this person and what they make her feel like a drug. Now, track number 4, Like a Savior, another one of my highlights. This is the third single, and Ellie talks about a certain person who makes her feel so good that they pull her out of a dark place, quite like a savior. Now, track number 5, Love Goes On. This is a song about love and devotion. Ellie struggles to tell her lover the way they make her feel and how they have changed her life for the better. Her love for this person just goes on, quite like the song says. And this is also one of my highlights. I don't know if I mentioned that, but yeah. Now, track number 6, Easy Lover featuring Big Sean. This is the lead single. Big Sean's feature fits really well within the song structure. The production is excellent here. The song is quite catchy, and Ellie finds herself constantly returning to a toxic relationship, even with her knowing that that person won't reciprocate these same feelings. And let me just say this, I find this song to be pretty relatable because we have all done this, surely. We have a toxic relationship in our lives, or more than one. And even though we know it doesn't do us any good, we still go back to it. Now, moving on, track number 7, Higher Than Heaven, another one of my highlights. This is a title track. The song is really catchy as well. Ellie's vocals sound beautiful here. And this is a song about an elevated kind of love, the kind that happens when your lover makes you feel like you're on cloud 9. The album title is a perfect fit as love is a highly common theme all throughout this body of work. Now, track number 8, Let It Die. This is the second single. The song talks about letting go of a toxic relationship and doing so abruptly, before you let it damage you even further. Now, track number 11, Waiting for It. While the song is good, it can feel quite repetitive. And there are some suggestive lyrics here. Let's just leave it at that. Track number 10, Just For You. Ellie still finds herself in love with her ex. Her heart belongs to that person, and she failed to realize that until the moment she started to meet new people. Now, track number 11, How Long. This song I don't consider this song a strong closing track, and it's also quite repetitive. And the song talks about treading back to old habits and being stuck in a vicious cycle with someone reminiscent of young love. And again, this song, just like Easy Lover, I find it highly relatable because this thing about old habits, we all go through it, about going back to them and being stuck in a vicious cycle with someone, quite like young love. Now, my final overall thoughts on the album are that this is some of Ellie's best music to date. This is an excellent pop album, and with this album, Ellie proves that she's still a competent pop star nearly 15 years into her career. Now, comparing this album with the rest of her discography, is this album Ellie's best album to date? I would say yes. This album feels like it's the most robust, like it has the most bops, and the quality of the music is really high here. And even though, of course, her previous albums have hits like Love Me Like You Do and Lights, this album as a whole feels more complete, and the storytelling is really how do you say it? The storytelling here is really evident, that's the word. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Higher Than Heaven as Ellie's best album to date. Now, what score do I give this album? I give it 4 out of 5 stars. So yeah, guys, that was my review for Higher Than Heaven by Ellie Goulding. Now, before I go, where can you follow Pop and Bop on social media? You can follow Pop and Bop on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Pop and Bop. And on Facebook and YouTube, it's Pop and Bop. So yeah, that's it for this episode. This has been Pop and Bop. I'm Emilio Fernandez, and thank you so much for listening. See you next time.